Wii Sports Resort is one of my favorite video games ever made. Ah, the memories this game gave me. I remember playing this game so much that my arm was sore the next day. Good times. Wii Sports Resort was basically Wii Sports, but with new sports. This game, however, is different from Wii Sports. This game did not just show off the Wii Remote's capabilities, it showed off the capabilities of the Wii Motion Plus add-on. This hunk plugged into your Wii Remote and made the remote so much more responsive. The Motion Plus read your movement much more accurately and made the sport much more enjoyable. Speaking of the sports, there are 12 sports instead of the measly 5 sports in the original Wii Sports. These sports are much more in depth than the sports in the original Wii Sports and are a blast to play. In this video, I'll be ranking each sport in Wii Sports Resort. This list will go from my least favorite to my favorite. This list is based on my opinion and not based on the amount of content in each mode. With that being said, let's get into the video. The first and my least favorite sport in Wii Sports Resort is canoeing. First off, why canoeing? I mean, come on, it's canoeing. How is canoeing fun in any video game? They could have added any sport, but canoeing? Canoeing, really? I would have preferred a sport where you watch paint dry. At least that would be more entertaining. Anyways, ignore my rant. This sport has you use the Wii Remote as a paddle by holding it vertically. You use this to move the canoe. You move the paddles side by side to move left and right. The goal is get to the distance the game tells you to. You also have to make it to the distance in a certain amount of time. I only did 100 meters and some of 160 meters because I got bored very fast. You could see the moment where I quit because of how bored I was. There is also a versus mode, but I have no friends to play with me. Even if I did, I wouldn't want to torture them by playing canoeing. I mean, come on, Nintendo. You should have added baseball or boxing, but no, you had to add canoeing. Everybody loves canoeing. No one says, oh my god, canoeing is my favorite sport in Wii Sports Resort. No one says that! Now that I said that, I bet you I'm gonna get a bunch of comments, people saying that canoeing's their favorite sport. If you say that, I'm assuming you're lying. Let's move on to the next sport before I have a heart attack. Number 11 on my list is wakeboarding. Wakeboarding is the player riding a wakeboard while being dragged by a boat. The Wii Remote is held sideways for this sport. The goal is to hit the waves made by the boat and hit tricks off of them. If you land the board straight on the water after the trick, you get points. If you shake the Wii Remote, you can do better tricks. Also with the tricks, the higher and cooler the trick, the more points you get. This game can be fun at first to hit tricks, but the game gets repetitive very easily. I got bored very fast. Also, the landings are pretty inconsistent. I felt like some of my landings were good, but they did not count. Maybe it's because I did not do the tutorial, but I felt like I was getting the hang of it until the landings did not count. There are other difficulties, but I did not bother doing it because I'd probably die from boredom. At least this sport is not canoeing. Anything is better than canoeing. I'm still mad about canoeing. Number 10 on my list is power cruising. This sport has you using the Wii Remote and nunchuck to use the jet ski. You hold them horizontally like handlebars. You then use the jet ski by holding A or B on the Wii Remote. You can twist both the Wii Remote and nunchuck to get a speed boost when the bar fills up. Your goal is to get through rings for points and make it to the end. There are also a bunch of other courses, but I did not bother to play those in the short time I had to record gameplay. This sport can be fun, but is tough to get used to. The controls are hard for me personally, and I was terrible at actually making it through the rings. Sometimes it would not turn the way I wanted it to. The turns also felt very sensitive, which made making it through the rings very difficult. However, this sport is okay and can be fun to get a high score. Number 9 on my list is cycling. This sport has you riding a bike by alternating movements with the Wii Remote and nunchuck. The confusing part is I thought you pedaled a bike with your legs, not your arms! Back to the gameplay, there is a heart meter with 3 hearts in the top left. These hearts will deplete if you go fast for too long. Go long enough and your character will stop pedaling and wait until your hearts regenerate. This is a cool challenge to balance your hearts. However, the hearts run out pretty fast and I'm not a big fan of that. Sometimes I just want to feel like Lightning McQueen speeding through the course. For the race itself, you compete against 30 other bikers around a bunch of courses. This includes going around the island, across the bridge, over Talon Rock, and many more. The sport kinda reminds me of Mario Kart with the competitive racing. Also, during the racing, this guy named Vincenzo gives you advice and it's really annoying. He just keeps telling you the same things over and over. Sometimes I wish there was a setting to turn him off. However, this sport is pretty fun. Number 8 on my list is golf. You should know golf, so I'll explain it in one sentence. You have stick and you hit ball into hole. That simple. The differences from Wii Sports Resort Golf and the original Wii Sports Golf are that the power meters look different when you swing, there are new courses, and you have to press B before you hit. Yep, that's it. Those are the only major differences. Let me ask you this. Why put golf in the game if it's the same as the original Wii Sports? The actual reason it was in the game is a funny story. Apparently, Wii Sports Resort Golf was not supposed to be in the game, but Miyamoto mistakenly said in an interview it would be in the game, so they decided it was in the game now. Weird. Anyways, golf is basically the same as Wii Sports, but with way more courses. They included more new courses and the original courses from Wii Sports Golf. I prefer this version of golf over the original with the new additions and with the abundance of courses. Overall, a decently fun sport. Number 7 on my list is Archery. Archery is where the player uses a bow and arrow and tries to hit the bullseye on the target. The closer you are to a bullseye, the more points you get. I'm never able to hit a bullseye. Every time I think I'm gonna get it, I never do. Wind is also a factor when shooting an arrow. You have to look at the wind and adjust your shot accordingly. Some stages have obstacles, like boards. These can be a fun challenge. There are also different difficulties. Each have different stages. The last stage in expert difficulty is my favorite. It is the most difficult and you are in a volcano. Now that's cool. Now on to the controls. You pull back the nunchuck, hold A, and shoot with Z. These controls are okay, but I have some problems with them. I always will let go of A instead of Z and cancel shooting the arrow. This can be very annoying. Now in the stages themselves, there are secret fruits you can hit in each stage. These are very challenging to hit and I made the whole video trying to hit the fruits. It took forever just to hit one. This sport is a fun experience. Number 6 on my list is air sports. This sport is a mix of 3 sports: skydiving, island flyover, and dogfight. We'll first talk about skydiving. This sport is the first thing you do when you load the game. Well, except that one painful tutorial video on how to plug in the Motion Plus. Anyways, this sport has you jumping out of a plane and, well, skydiving. Your goal is to link up with other Miis and take pictures with them. If you all face the camera for the picture, you get extra points. Then at the end, the Miis that you linked up with will make rings. These rings you can go through for extra points. You then get one final picture with your group. After that, you all deploy your parachute and it ends. This sport is fun to link up with other Miis for pictures, especially since I linked up with Matt. I wish I could link up with Matt in real life. Wait, don't take that out of context. The next part of air sports is island flyover. This is where you fly a plane around Woohoo Island collecting information tokens. These tokens you find all over the island and they tell you about that certain location. The goal is to collect as many as you can in the time limit. This sport is a relaxing sport and it's cool to learn about Woohoo Island. The last one in air sports is dogfight. Sadly, I did not have anyone to play the mode with, so I did not get to try it out. I also did not have footage of the mode, but it looks fun. Sorry about that. Overall, air sports is really fun. Number 5 on my list is bowling. Unlike golf, where they just added new courses, bowling added a bunch of new things. First, the bowling actually feels different with the new throwing style. I don't know what they did, but they made bowling much harder. I used to be able to bowl strikes easily in the original Wii Sports, but in this game, I can barely get one. This honestly makes the resort version better. Another thing that makes resort bowling way better than the original is the new modes. One of these modes is the 100 pin mode. The name basically explains the mode. You play bowling with 100 pins. This mode is one of my favorites in the game and is a blast. The other one is spin control. This one has you trying to dodge barriers by throwing the bowling ball in a certain way. This can be challenging and pretty fun. Overall, very fun and can be a good time with some friends. Number 4 on my list is table tennis. This sport has 2 modes, match and return challenge. We'll first start with the first mode, match. This mode has you facing another Mii in a table tennis match. You get a point by getting the ball to bounce twice on the other person's side of the table. To win, you have to get 6 points and have a 2-point lead against them. If you do not have a 2-point lead, you will go to deuce and advance. Basically the same rules as Wii Sports Tennis, but with a table. This sport is very fun and the matches can get very competitive as you get to the higher levels. Also, there is the champion Lucia. She is the best champion I have ever faced in Wii Sports history and I still have not beat her. I do not know how she's so good. I can barely get a point on her most of the time. Now moving on to Return Challenge. This mode is like the one in the training mode in Wii Sports Tennis. What you do is return ping pong balls that are hit to you. Your goal is to return these balls without missing one or hitting one off the table. There are also cans you can hit for bonus points. This mode can get addictive to get a high score. Overall, table tennis is very fun and honestly better than Wii Sports Tennis. Number 3 on my list is Frisbee. This sport has 2 modes. The one I'm going to start with is Frisbee Dog. This sport has the player trying to throw their Frisbee as close to the arrow as possible so that the dog can catch it. There are 3 sections of points. You can get 10, 50, or 100 points on each throw. The closer the throw is to the arrow, the more points you get. There are also balloons added at the halfway point. If you pop these balloons with the Frisbee, you get the amount of points on the balloon. The goal is to get as many points as possible. This sport is very fun and can be hard to master. However, after playing for a while, I definitely got the hang of it. Also, I want to point out that that dog is a speed demon. I mean, geez, he could probably outrun Usain Bolt, that dog is so fast. Anyways, let's move on to the next mode in Frisbee, which is Frisbee Golf. This mode has you playing golf with a Frisbee. The hole is much bigger than the golf hole, and your goal is to throw the Frisbee into this section in as little throws as possible. Frisbee Golf also has 3 Frisbees, the driver, the mid-range, and putter Frisbee. Each one goes different distances, just like the golf clubs in Resort Golf. The courses are also the same as the courses in Wii Sports Resort Golf. I really like this mode, and honestly, I like it better than golf in Wii Sports Resort. Overall, a really fun sport. Number 2 on my list is Swordplay. Swordplay is a sport where you hit people and objects with a plastic toy lightsaber. I mean, come on, I can't be the only person that thinks that looks like a toy lightsaber. Anyways, Swordplay has 3 modes and the most content out of all the sports. I will start with the first mode, which is Duel. This mode has you fighting other Miis with the plastic lightsaber. Your goal is to knock your opponents off the platform. There are 3 rounds, and whoever wins the most rounds wins the game. However, if they are tied at the end, they will fight on a tiny platform to decide a winner. It is really easy at the beginning because you can just go sicko mode and swing the plastic sword rapidly at them with no punishment. However, I found this strategy stopped working at the higher levels and I actually had to block incoming swings. I also want to mention how violent it looks when you actually hit your opponent off into the water. I honestly thought that they died when they fell off. Now on to the next mode, which is Speed Slice. This mode has you facing off against another Mii in a knockoff Fruit Ninja game. The difference is that you have to slice objects in the correct orientation the fastest. Whoever slices the fastest 10 times wins. This mode is pretty fun and gets pretty hard at the end. The last mode is one of my favorites in the game, which is Swordplay Showdown. This mode has you committing aggravated assault against a horde of sword fighters. Your goal is to take them all out and not get hit 3 times yourself. There are many different sword fighters. Some have little health and just stand there. Some sometimes swing. Some have lots of health and have decent attacks. And then there are bosses. These guys are huge and are usually at the end of the level. There are a bunch of stages to play on. You can play these stages in reverse after you defeated them normally. There is also a stage where you are in a volcano, and I always thought this was cool. This mode is very violent and has you literally knocking people out. My favorite thing about this mode is when you hit the characters, they kind of ragdoll after you hit them. It always makes me laugh. This mode is always a good time to hit innocent people and get away with it. Overall, Swordplay is one of the best sports and has the most content. However, there is one sport that's even better. And now, the best sport in Wii Sports Resort in my opinion is basketball. Now some of you might disagree with this being number 1, but hear me out. Basketball is so much fun. It does not matter how many modes there are, it just matters how much fun I am having, and with basketball I am having the most fun. Now let's get into the actual sport. There are 2 modes. We will start with 3-point contest. This mode is like the 3-point contests in the NBA. There are 5 racks with 5 balls each. You try to make as many baskets as possible before the time runs out. If you make the stripe balls, you get 2 points instead of the normal 1. This mode is fun and challenging. Trying to get a perfect game in 3-point contest is so hard. Last video uploaded was me getting one after like 2 hours. It took forever and a broken strategy to beat it. Now the other mode in basketball is Pickup Game. This mode is my favorite in all of Wii Sports Resort. The Pickup Game is a 3-on-3 game of basketball. The goal is to score more points than your opponent. You can steal the ball, block the ball, shoot the ball, and dunk the ball. Making a shot and dunking is really satisfying to do. I also love when the Miis get hit in the face, their heads cock back. It's a nice touch. Anyways, after climbing the ranks, you then run into the champion, Tommy. This man has caused many Toad Wii remotes with Wii Motion Plus inside to break, but not on my end. I beat him like 3 times in 2 attempts or less. Either I am really good at basketball or everyone else sucks. After you beat him, the competition kinda lowers, but it's still challenging. The gameplay is addicting and I could play the pickup game for hours. In conclusion, basketball is the best sport in Wii Sports Resort and gives me the most joy. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked the video, please subscribe. It would be a nice gift to me for Christmas. And also, let me know what your favorite sport in Wii Sports Resort was. I would love to know your guys' opinions. Anyways, happy late Christmas, and I hope you guys have a good day. Bye!